Check them out at bptrivia.com. Today's show is also sponsored by Podcast Movement. And I absolutely love the fact that we're being sponsored by Podcast Movement right now because it is a life-changing event. Each year, Podcast Movement has been a critical event in my life ever since I started the show. Participating in Podcast Movement is one of the best things that you can do as a podcaster. I remember my first Podcast Movement. That's where I met Joel Sharpton. You know, the guy who edits Trivial Warfare? Yeah, we built our relationship at Podcast Movement. That's where we got to know each other. I remember it was either my first or second Podcast Movement where I heard a keynote by Grammar Girl, Mignon Fogarty, and she walked through the basics to her. These are the basics of podcasting. And I probably took 3 pages of notes and came home and applied almost every single one of them to Trivial Warfare. If you went back and listened in the early days, every time I would come home from Podcast Movement, you would hear a jump in the quality of Trivial Warfare. It was noticeable. I noticed it at the time, and that's why I kept spending my money to go back, because it was so important to me. This year, the event is going virtual. It's going to be 4 main event days spread across 2 weeks. They're going to have topics and tracks focused on everything from creating your show to monetizing. It's going to appeal to podcasters of all levels. I can't recommend it enough. Podcast Movement Virtual takes place October 19th through the 29th, and tickets start at just $99. The prices are going to increase as the event gets closer, and our special discount code expires soon, so be sure to visit virtual.podcastmovement.com, and if you sign up, use the code TWA for the biggest discount that you'll find anywhere. It's going to end soon, so go to virtual.podcastmovement.com and sign up using the code TWA. All right, let's get on with the second half of today's game.
Round 4, question 1. Your category is going to be sports video games.
Oh, crap. You know what? That's interesting. So I'm good at sports. Carmela's good at video games. Which one of those is gonna pay off here?
You're both screwed, so it's fine.
Fair.
Here's your question. Set to be released on August 25th. Who was chosen as the cover athlete for the upcoming Madden 21 video game? This 23-year-old quarterback was notably upset with the 94 overall rating that he was given.
Yeah, like I'm going to know this.
Kylie, let's go ahead and do that.
Okay. We'll lock in.
All right. Carmela and Sarah, what are you guys thinking?
We were thinking of joke answers.
Yeah. My contribution was just going to be a very enthusiastic Bortles.
Ha!
And I was going to go with, there's the Madden curse. So I was just going to throw out an ACL tear for a name. I hope this person doesn't get, the Madden curse where they get an injury or whatever. If anyone's familiar with the Madden curse, but yeah, we don't know. So Bortles.
All right. Bortles.
I know he's not 23, but whatever.
Jonathan and Kylie.
So I remember reading a headline about the Madden cover, and I thought, oh, that's a name that I recognized, which the last couple of years hasn't necessarily been the case. And I am fairly certain that it is Patrick Mahomes, because that is definitely a young QB. He's definitely hot property after the Super Bowl. So we went with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, the only other person I thought it could possibly be that would be around that age would be Burrow, who was the number 1 draft pick this year. But I can't imagine they would have given a rookie who hasn't played a 94. So Mahomes felt like a better choice.
Sure. So the Madden curse is definitely a thing. It's been less effective in the last couple years. Very notably, the Madden 20 cover athlete, the one for the game that came out last year, the current game, has completely shattered the curse, because there's no way this guy was cursed when he was on the cover. The current cover athlete for Madden 20 is Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
Well, no, that's not the question.
Oh, wait.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Oh, no.
So
You're
Mahomes
for Madden 21.
Yeah.
My
so
celebration
Mahomes is... Sorry. The Madden 20 cover athlete is Patrick Mahomes, who has a 99 rating in the new game. This cover athlete, 23-year-old quarterback, upset that he has a 94 rating because he thinks he's the best. He just won season MVP, I'm pretty sure. This is Lamar Jackson of the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
I'm really glad it's not Joe Burrow.
Yeah, no, I'm glad it's not Burrow, too. You know what? I should have spent more time on that. Doggone it. Okay.
Oh, well. No harm, no foul.
You think it wasn't Blake Bortles, huh?
I honestly, if you gave Blake Bortles a score based on actual results delivered, he'd be somewhere around like -4. Somewhere in there.
All right. Round 4, question 2. Your category is 20th century literature.
Literature.
One of the main characters in this early 20th century novel is kidnapped by Judge Miller's gardener, Manuel, and then sold for $50, which is 50 times the value that his name might suggest that he is worth. Name that novel.
I wish you'd have stopped after the first sentence.
One of the main characters in this early 20th century novel?
Judge Miller.
Okay.
Yeah, Kylie, we can totally lock in.
Go for it.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%.
Yep.
All right, Carmel and Sarah.
Is there some kid named Dollar?
Dollar bill, y'all.
Is there a child named George Washington for like $1?
I don't know this. I mean, I probably would know the title once I hear it, but as far as the plot goes, I don't know this.
Oh God, it's on me to talk this out. This is bad.
Oh, well, we can think of Steinbeck novels. So, I mean, that's early 20th century. So there's like East of Eden, Grapes of Wrath. Is there a George and Grapes of Wrath?
For anybody wondering about the weird sounds that you might be hearing, I think there's a... What is it making the noise, Sarah?
I have an old man grumpy dog who insists on being in the room with me.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to this.
I feel like this is going to be one of those things. As soon as I hear the right answer, I'm going to be like, that probably was somewhere in my head. Kidnapped by a gardener of a judge. Yeah, I have no clue. If you want to pick a random Steinbeck book that we don't know the plot of, we can do that.
Let's do East of Eden. Why not?
All right, East of Eden. Jonathan and Kylie, what did you lock in? Jonathan, you seem like you locked in pretty quick.
Yeah, I was excited about this one. I recently read this novel to Sebastian, like a month ago. It was the first. It was the first novel link thing that I read to Sebastian. The main character's name that you were looking for is Buck. It's The Call of the Wild.
Oh, that makes sense. Yep.
Absolutely correct. Yes. Yep. Yeah, Buck's name references a buck, which is 50 times $50 or whatever. Yeah, everything you said is correct. Call of the Wild is right. Did you guys watch the movie?
No.
I thought it was about a...
No, it looks so creepy.
Is the book not about a dog? I'm so confused.
About Buck is the name of the dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was funny to me that a dog was interrupting you as you were trying to think.
Oh,
I'm sitting here like she's literally talking to a dog on a question about a dog.
See, I thought it was Steinbeck, like really depressing, like someone was sold into slavery.
Well, as soon as he said that, he read it to Sebastian, I'm like, nope, not Steinbeck.
It's not James Joyce.
All right, your next question. The category is U.S. Senators. Over the last century, 2 sitting U.S. senators have been assassinated. Name either one for 10 points. 2 points bonus if you get both of them.
We're gonna lock in. We're not totally confident on anything, really.
It's not our round, apparently. Sorry. I came out with a bang, and now I'm just gonna cruise and be useless.
So, Kylie, I suggested RFK and asked if he was a senator, and you said, yeah, you think he was. So he wasn't. What I'm worried about was, he died in 1968. This was after. Yeah, he would have been a senator. Okay, yeah. So you agreed with that. So RFK,
pretty
Robert
sure of
Kennedy for the main answer. I don't know if Long was a senator or not. I'm just trying to think of people who were assassinated. And you said Milk was a mayor.
Milk was definitely a mayor.
Okay.
And then I remember George Wallace got shot, but I don't think he died, and he was a governor of Alabama. And those are, as far as senators, who else would have been?
So I don't know if Huey Long was a senator or not. By the way, Kylie corrected me. I made my classic mix up in my head again between Huey Long and Huey Newton. So I'm like Newton. She's like, I think you mean Long. I'm like, oh yeah, it's the other Huey. So I think he was assassinated, but I don't know if he was a senator or not. I doubt it.
Yeah, he was Louisiana politician, but I'm not confident if he was a senator from there or if he was on a more local level. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of all the history that I know that I learned from movies, and so hopefully they've made a movie about this person that I have seen, but it's not coming to me if they have.
No, I don't have anything better than that.
Do you want to lock that in?
Yeah, we'll go RFK, and we'll go Long for the bonus.
Okay, Carmela and Sarah.
Yeah, we didn't know. Just because it's going to get corrected when the episode comes out. Harvey Milk was not a mayor. He was a city supervisor when he was killed.
Okay.
But, yeah, we didn't know. RFK was, like, the closest one that we had.
I feel like he was a senator at some point. I think he did, like, different things, right?
He was the attorney general.
So
when Kennedy when his brother was president, but I think after that he was a senator, but we weren't sure, but that's the closest thing that we had. So we said RFK. Yeah. You said there was a senator who had visited Jonestown.
I don't remember. I think it was some type of representative from what I remember who visited Jonestown and was killed there. But I thought it might be a congressperson, but maybe it's a senator, but it's certainly a name I don't know.
Yeah, we didn't know. So our only answer was RFK.
Their bonus answer could have been Jones. Might as well, right?
Lucky Jones, sure.
The great Senator Jim Jones.
Oh, boy.
All right. Over the last century, 2 sitting U.S. senators have been assassinated. Robert F. Kennedy is correct. That is one of the two. The other sitting senator who was assassinated, he was the senator from Louisiana near the end of his life. It is Huey Long.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Good job.
With the bonus.
Good pull.
Wow, but really had no idea he was a senator. That was incredible.
Nice.
I think he's more famous as a governor, but yeah, near the end of his life from 32, I just looked it up, from 32 to 35, he was senator until his assassination. So,
all right, well, after the fourth round, the score is 109 for Kylie and Jonathan to 92 for Sarah and Carmela.
Still time.
All right, let's move into round 5. We're going to start out with a question called U.S. states and capitals. This is going to be a timed question.
Okay.
So then you'll have 3 minutes. Here's your question. Tallahassee and Tennessee end in the same 4 letters. They're the only state and capital to do so. So Tallahassee and Tennessee end in the same 4 letters. They're the only state and capital that end in the same 4 letters. The 44th state and the capital of the 26th state are the only pair to end in the same 3 letters. I need you to name both that state and that U.S. capital city that end in those 3 letters.
44th state
and the capital of the 26th.
And the capital of the 26th state share the same 3 letters at the end of the words. Okay.
Yes. They're the only pair of state and capital. Obviously not the same state with the same the pair.
Sure.
Okay, so I just want to be clear. It's a capital from one state and that matches another state's name? Yep. Okay.
Yeah. It's the 44th state, matches the same 3 letters at the end of the capital of the 26th state.
Okay.
And you need the state and the capital that have these shared 3-letter endings.
Okay, start the timer. I'm not crazy when I say that, am I, Kylie? I mean, I'm like 90%, you're muted. I'm like 90% sure that it is, but, every once in a while your brain gets dumb.
Yeah, state capitals, again, is one of
I'm pretty sure
my
it is.
kryptonites.
I'm pretty sure
I think it is.
All right, we're going to lock in.
Okay.
Okay, Jonathan and Kylie locked in. Carmela and Sarah, you may talk out loud and you have a minute and a half.
Oh, God, I feel like I'm just trying to wrap my head around which one is which. So 44th state implies kind of either this mush in the middle or like West Coast.
Right. What's out there? It's
Oregon.
Too far. There's now Wyoming ends in ing. INGs are really common last 3-letter ending. What do you think about Wyoming? And then another, can we think of any capitals that end in ing?
That could work.
All I can think about is Sebring, which is a city in Florida. God.
Yeah, I'm trying to just go through capitals. What's the capital of Nevada is what?
Carson City.
Carson City. That doesn't make any sense then. Idaho is
Boise.
30 seconds. It's time. You got to give me something.
Can I just give what I'm doing?
Sure.
It's probably wrong, and I know it's wrong because it doesn't match the numbers, but Trenton and Washington have the same 3 last letters.